This is certainly crazy. The amount of good news which you're getting for XRP is substantially higher. Substantially higher. But I would like to ask you something. Will you take the information as it is directly from the market and say this is what the market showed me last time and this is exactly what we are watching now? Whether that's just one asset or that's a lot of different assets, it's up to you to find out from this market, because the answers of what is going to happen for this asset in next 2 months, in next 3 months, it is going to be based on this. The chart in front of you, it's Solana back in 2022. So understand 2021 to 2022, September to Jan. Wow, you saw something. Negative divergence, you saw something else. The baseline being broken. Okay, you know what happened after that. Perfect. Now, look what's happening now. Negative divergence, the baseline being broken. Ooh, a retest and a rejection. What do you think? Now go to SUI. You watched early in this cycle, not the last one, this cycle. You had a negative divergence, breaking the neckline, the trend line, the baseline. Then it went all the way back down. So the breakout was below $1.5. The bottom of the cycle was 0.46. So you now understand what that meant. Now here we are, the next one. How low can we go? No one knows. But one thing is your risk is going to be high if you are a bull in this asset. Now, come back to XRP. Let's talk about this asset. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. When you're here in the crypto market, understand the market has its own ways of doing things. Let's just try to say what it is showing you. Yeah. So before we jump onto the XRP side of the equation, I would first like to take you guys to the understanding of the market and what it's about to do. Dollar is finding a support as we discussed. Yeah. Now watch the Bitcoin dominance and then you may actually get a baseline idea of Bitcoin. Yeah, what Bitcoin is doing. 61.17. That's what Bitcoin dominance is doing as of today. So on a 3-day, you saw that. On a monthly, you're watching this. Fine. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. You get to see the monthly turning around, popping through and coming back. So that's kind of like a cup and handle, which is inverted. So what if we get that here? Perfect. Perfect. I would like to get that. Yeah. Now, take the Bitcoin into the equation. So what the hell is Bitcoin doing right now on a monthly? You still have just about a week for this monthly candle to give you a confirmation. If it is in red, will you neglect it? This is going to be a very tough question for you, because if the monthly closes barely in red, it's going to be a negative divergence on a monthly. Now, zoom in. A 3-day chart is showing you I'm bouncing at a support. I'm not giving up at that support, which kind of shows it's still in the distribution region and whales have not completely sold their units. They would like to sell at a higher price, so they would make this as a local support, meaning they're not selling any now and they're slowly buying in to make the retail enter or re-enter so that the price would bounce. Yeah, then at the local top they will sell based on that, so they get the benefit. Fine. Now keep that in mind and jump to the total crypto market. Before we go on to XRP, these are important. Total crypto market still remain below this region of resistance. Just consider this particular support line here. This one shows where you are or what you have to do. If you break above that, good, positive, you participate in the distribution phase. If not, it is going to be choppy, slippery slope. Now, watch, this is your trend line. Just as we talked about in multiple assets, once you lose your baseline and retest it and fail to get above that, you know what happens. Yeah? Boom. Now, are you waiting for that kind of a move here, being choppy, then breaking lower? If so, are you rebalanced for such a move in the market? Now, on XRP terms or XLM terms, we can talk about it. One, the negative divergence is clear. It's visible on a weekly. Yeah, this is a 3-day chart. Even if you put it on a weekly, you get to see the negative divergence. Is the negative divergence slowing down, or is it getting invalidated in front of you? This is the only point where I can go bullish back into this asset. Yes, the news cycle is heavily bullish, but still, who the hell is selling? Why the hell are they selling? What do they know? That's why we got the negative divergence. If all the news which we saw is extremely bullish, why is there no buying volume which is going parabolic? I mean, it doesn't add up. It does not make sense. Maybe they saw all this coming in. They bought in here. Watch. These two candles, they gave you that buying volume. Who the hell bought into such a volume? They benefited the most. Now, what's the selling volume? Who the hell is selling this much? So there is a lot of story in this chart itself. Now, remember, we put an argument initially saying that if you get to see the trend line here being broken on the price action and the RSI, the odds of hidden bullish divergence playing out, invalidating the negative divergence, increase to the skies. As of now, we are still waiting on a daily, watching this. Now, I really don't want to get a lower high and a rejection, making a lower low, which is below 2.4. That is not an optimal scenario. That is abiding by the negative divergence and its trend line. That's not the best case scenario for XRP holders. If you're still holding a hell lot of XRP, if you're holding 25-30%, fine. You already took the profits from the majority, 60, 70, 80%. Boom. When it comes down, you'll buy back. Now, ask about this kind of a question. Should you be buying XLM? Should you be buying XRP back? I mean, heavily. Because in a portfolio, you can either bet big on 3 or 4 assets or bet randomly across the market, which makes sense for you. I would say a concentrated portfolio, the 5 assets which you trust big, okay, let that be the 5 which is heavy in your portfolio. But now, those 5 is not only fundamentals at this point, because the market is already up, pricing in something. What is that something? Maybe that's the news which we are getting now. But your take on the market should be based on what? If the smart money is leaving, I'm not buying that asset now. Now, how do you understand if the whales are entering, re-entering, dumping that? Yeah, easy part. Look at which direction it's going. Fine. The macro or the monthly, whichever you like, I like it. Fine. Now, on a monthly, this asset is still abiding by some rules, and I'm happy that it is doing that. Now, when you go back on a monthly, this is something I would like to ask. Are we going to break this to the upside? Or are we just going to trend back to the downside? Because if so, you now need way more time to break this and go to the parabolic phase. But now, watch, we don't have huge buying volume coming up here, which kind of shows me like, okay, there is no negative divergence. Let me wait. Let me wait to get a confirmation from the market. So I go on a weekly. This is XLM, not XRP. So I'm still in here in this region, abiding by this resistance region. Cool. I don't have a negative divergence. Last time I did have negative divergence at this junction. Now I don't. Can I break this through? And if I do, ooh, that's gonna be best. I mean, remember, XRP showed you something like this and it did break to the upside and we saw that gain. Perfect. Now, what's the average conservative measured move for this particular asset? You can either say from here it's about to do a 8x, or if you're a little bit optimistic, you'll say it's going to do a 15 to 20x. Remember, when it does that, if we get a breakout, don't forget who told you this is about to happen as soon as you break this local high. Now take XRP on the same front, be it on the monthly, be it on the weekly, and analyze the market cap itself. Don't go above beyond confusing. Just use apples for apples. Here you go. This is what you see. You got the breakout. You did what the price was supposed to do. Perfect. Now, that's something good. Yeah? If you look at it on a macro, you're saying that's a cup and handle. We broke to the upside. Perfect. Yeah, a retest and a move back to the upside is going to be huge. I agree. Now, once you want to compare that, again, you're comparing that XLM with Ether or the same XLM with Bitcoin. So now you'll get a better understanding about what XRP is doing. When this is a highly correlated asset and that's showing you something. On a monthly, perfect. It's good. It's fine. You had micro breakout. You didn't get a retest. That is the issue with XRP and XLM. Now we go on a weekly. You don't have a negative divergence. That's good because you may end up supporting the first region itself. Or you can put an argument on Elliott wave structure saying the 1 is completed, the 2 is about to be completed, you know, the ABC, and then you may actually do the third leg. So the 1, the 2, which is here, and then the 3. So that kind of gets through the macro XLM chart as well. Fine. Now, go back to XLM to BTC. We don't want to extend this too much. We just want to give you the real idea. Yeah, the SI family is out there watching what the market is doing. And I want you guys to understand this. Because on a macro, this is XLM to Bitcoin. Your trend line starts all the way from 2018 Jan. Now you broke that and you're trying to make that as a support. As a baseline TA guy, what would you do? A breakout, a retest, and what? A bounce off. Fine. How much? A 4x move against Bitcoin. Now, easy part, plot that from here and you get to see something similar to 2021. Now, in 2021, the top of Bitcoin was what? Now Bitcoin is way. Even if Bitcoin is to drop to 74, how much higher should XLM go to match that up, right? But what is the trouble? When you're on a weekly or a 3-day chart of XLM, it seems like, okay, we are still waiting for a bottom, yeah? Or at least a confirmation of that this is the bottom. That's why I put an argument, if you break below 0.3, it's going to be choppy. But as of now, you're not breaking below that, which is good, which is fine. I understand, right? I'm still a little bit heavy on this asset. And that, all these reasons, it is important. Now, jump into XRP. The moment you get to see this asset breaking the trend line, it's all good, it's great. Compare it with XRP to Bitcoin on a macro, which is monthly. You go back in history, you're watching the entire trend line, and this is what you actually get to see. This is your trend line resistance. Apples to apples, XRP ran ahead of its time. what was priced in for an asset to come back up to match the 2021 highs. XLM didn't do that now. XRP did. So can this asset just consolidate here while others catch up? Maybe. Think about it. XRP is about 2021 highs in price terms. It went back to 2017 highs almost. Yeah? Perfect. XLM didn't. There are few other assets which didn't do that, and they're showing I'm about to do that. Or at least I'm about to give a try. That is exactly why in the SI family, we are focused on going through one by one and saying, okay, this doesn't look good. This looks good, right? So these charts are going to be especially important for you if you're trying to compound in this market. And when you get to ask the assets which you really want to see in the family, where it worked all the time, just like the history, when the price is going up and everyone was screaming it's about to run to the sky, one of the only guys saying watch for 56, it was the scientific investor, the SI. Now watch, when the price was going down, it was me who called out this is going to be a V-shaped recovery in YouTube, in this family, everywhere. Now remember, at this top, even my mentor was saying it's a double top and it's about to break lower. But my argument was, no, guys, watch. It's a hidden bullish divergence. It's about to go back up. Someone is buying behind the scene. And that happened. Remember, at the bottom of the market, $16,000, back in December 2022, someone told you this. Now understand, after 2.5 years, you feel, whoa, I should have been there. But remember, this is exactly why back then there was 626 members. And as the calls were getting perfected, the number of members increased to 1,000. Now, if you are in the market today and you visit the scientific investor family, the question is, how many members are there? 1,500 plus members. Why did 1,000 more members came into this family? Because they know all these, understanding what happened 6 months back, what you were expecting in this asset 6 months back, and what you're expecting today and for next 3 months is important. And that's exactly why the scientific investor family is growing, because the right calls without the emotions of the market for the long-term backs. That is important. If you want to join, use the link in the description below and make sure you do the best decision for your portfolio. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.